So today is our general training orientation. Okay, so by the way, I am Mr. Angelito Tuting, your trainer in computer system servicing in C2. Okay, so before anything else, I would like to request everybody to please all stand for our opening prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so take your seat. Okay, so before we start, I would like to check your attendance. So kindly write your name. Thank you. So this training recognizes prior learning. So it is done before the training through a validation process, so that me as your trainer can provide an activities that match in your learning level. So I have here a data gathering tools for trainees characteristic. So this is for me to know. Your characteristics as my trainee, so that our training will be customized and individualized based on your ability level, learning style, motivation, or interest. Okay, so I give you 10 minutes to answer. Time's up. Okay, so please pass. Thank you. Thank you. I also have here a self-assessment checklist. So this is for me to know if some of you has related experience in this qualification. Okay, so this is just to check your understanding knowledge with regards to this qualification. Okay. So I give you 10 minutes to answer. Time's up, so please pass. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so based on the form that I have here, Mr. Aldrin has related experience in this qualification, which is computer system servicing in C2. So with that, I would like to request Mr. Aldrin to bring your certificate to more for validation and to check the authenticity of your certificate. Okay? So now I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation for our general training orientation proper. Okay, so our training focuses on competency-based training orientation. So for you to comprehend, I divided it into outline. So first, qualification overview. Next, definition of CBD. Next, 10 principles of CBD. Next, comparison between traditional teaching and CBD. Next, role of CBD trainer. Next, role of CBD trainee. Next is competency-based learning materials or CBLM. Okay, so computer system servicing in C2 is under the sector electronics. So the computer system servicing in C2 qualification consists of competencies that must possess to install and configure computer systems, set up computer networks and servers, and to maintain and repair computer systems and networks. A person who has achieved this qualification is competent to be first, computer assembler. Next, computer service technician. Next, network technician. Next, computer maintenance technician. Okay, so computer system servicing in C2 has 3 clusters. So basic, common, and core competencies. For the basic and common competencies, actually embedded into records competencies. So we need to focus on the core competencies. And the core competencies is or has 16 competencies and being clustered into 4. So COC1, COC2, COC3, and COC4. And these are install and configure computer systems, set up computer networks, set up computer servers, And lastly, maintain and repair computer systems and networks. Next, what is competency-based training or CBD? So it is a training delivery approach that focuses on the competency development of the learners as a result of training. Meaning to say, student-centered approach. Okay? And we have what so-called 10 principles of CBD. So learning is competency-based or modular in structure. So meaning to say, you need to master first the first competency given to you before going to the next competency. Okay? Training delivery is individualized and self-paced. So meaning to say, you need to learn on your own. You need to learn by doing. The systems allows recognitions of prior learning. Meaning to say, if you have related experience in this qualification or certain or particular competencies, so show me your certificate and I will validate that one through written examination, demonstration, and oral questioning. And if I find out that you are competent for the particular competencies, then you will proceed to the next module, okay? So what is the difference between traditional teaching and CBD? To put it in a simple context, traditional teaching is more on teacher-centered, while CBD is more on student-centered. So what is the role of the CBD trainer? So I will serve as a team member to determine what is to be learned. Then I will stimulate trainees' motivation, and I will help you along the way, and I will evaluate your progress. Okay? Okay, so what is your role as a trainee? So you can select what you want to learn, and then you can learn at your own rate. You can evaluate at your own progress. So it is more on the student side. Okay? Next, what is CBD? So it is simply a well-designed and carefully developed learning materials that give trainees detailed instruction to guide them through the learning process. So meaning to say, this is the heart and the soul of the training. Okay? Inside of your CBD, you have your information sheet, and under that, you have your self-check, answer key, then you have your task sheet, operation sheet, job sheet, and performance criteria checklist. Okay? Next, methodologies. So, self-paced or modular, structured learning exercises, demonstration, and presentation. Okay, so to evaluate your underpinning knowledge, we have the evaluation tools. And under that, you have your written test, demonstration or presentation, and oral questioning. Next, you have your monitoring tools. So you have the progress chart and the achievement chart. So if ever you achieve a certain activities or particular activities, I will update that one in your progress chart. And if ever you achieve a certain learning outcomes, I will update it in your achievement chart. Okay? So that's all with our general training orientation. So any questions with regards with our general training orientation?
None, sir.
None. Okay, so with that, I would like to give you 30 minutes break. And after that, please go back here in our contextual learning laboratory for our next session. Okay? Okay, so any questions in line with our previous general training orientation?
None, sir.
Okay, so with that, let's proceed with your pre-test or diagnostic test. So don't worry, this will not affect your performance. So this is just for me to know if some of you has already related experience in this qualification, and aside from that, this is for me to know your underpinning knowledge. Okay? So this will not affect your performance. Okay, so I give you 20 minutes to answer. So that is only 40 items multiple choice. Okay? So read the statement carefully and answer it accordingly. Time's up. Okay, please pass. Thank you. So you will know the result tomorrow. So for now, let's have our facility tour. Okay? Okay, so you can bring your notebook and your ball pen. So let's go. Okay, so first, we have our contextual learning laboratory. So most of the time we will be here. Okay. Next, this is our institutional assessment area. So wherein the recognition of prior learning is done. Okay. So you will be assessed. Here. Next is we have our distance learning area. So every time you are absent due to any valid reason, you will be you can still have your demonstration or do your activities through online platforms like online activities or online demos. Okay. So next we have our computer laboratory. So you can use the computer laboratory here, and you can also have a research here for more references. Okay. Next, we have your support service area. So if you notice a lot of tools and equipments needed for your qualification, which is computer system servicing, you can borrow these equipments and tools. Okay. Next, this is our quality control area. So you will be examined according to your knowledge and ability. Next, this is our trainers resource center. Okay. And next, this is our practical work area. So wherein you will be able to acquire skills and knowledge needed and prescribed by standard. Okay. Next, we have your learning resource area. So here we can find and borrow print and non-print materials as your references. So this will serve as your mini library. Okay. So any questions with our facilities? No? Okay, so let's proceed now in our contextual learning laboratory. Okay, so before we end, I would like to remind again Mr. Aldrin to bring your certificate tomorrow since you have related experience in this qualification, okay?
Yes, sir.
So with that, please all stand up for our closing prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so goodbye and see you tomorrow. Okay, so good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so it's nice to see you again. Okay, so please all stand for our opening prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so take your seat. Alright, so let me check your attendance. Kindly write your name. Okay, thank you. Alright, so I have here the result of your pretest yesterday. So Mr. Aldrin got 28 out of 40. Okay, so congratulations. Next, Mr. Jubito got 13 out of 40. Okay, so very good. So don't worry, this will not affect your performance. So this is just for me to know your underpinning knowledge in this qualification, okay? Alright, so I have here a training activity matrix. So this is our guide throughout the learning process. Okay? So these are the list of activities from the start to the last. So you may check this out anytime, okay? And by the way, I asked Mr. Aldrin to bring your certificate yesterday since you have related experience in computer system servicing, right? So can I have your certificate? Okay, thank you. Alright, so actually valid. However, I will still validate this one through written examination, demonstration, and oral questioning, okay?
Okay, sir.
Alright, so based on our training activity matrix that you, Mr. Jubito, will be assigned in learning resource area for your first and second module, okay? So here is your CBLM, so please read the module here inside, then answer the subject, then record your answer or compare your answer in your answer key inside, and please familiarize with the task sheet, okay? So you may proceed now in your learning resource area for your first module, okay? Okay, so Mr. Adren, since you have related experience in this qualification and you pass your certificate to me and I check it, it is valid, so it's valid, but then we will continue to validate your certificate. So you may now go in our institutional assessment area for your appeal validation, okay? Okay, so our institutional assessment area is composed of 3. So written examination, demonstration, and oral questioning. Okay, so first, take your written examination. Okay, so okay, so that is just 40 items multiple choice. Okay, so I give you 40 minutes to answer. Okay. Time's up. Okay, this fast. Thank you. Okay, so please read the instructions. Okay, so given all the materials, you are required to demonstrate on how to install and configure computer systems and set up computer networks. Okay, so I give you 2 hours to do that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I remind you, Mr. Adrian, to please apply safety while doing your demonstration, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so follow-up questions, Mr. Adrian. What operating system did you install in your computer?
Windows 7, sir.
Okay, so very good. So we are done with your institutional assessment. So now, are you ready with your feedback?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Adlen, based on your written examination, you got 31 out of 40. So, very good. Then, based on your demonstration, so you did it well. And based on your oral questioning, you also answered it correctly. So, based on the evidence that I have here, I find you competence in these competencies. So congratulations. So now, come with me and let us update your achievement chart and your progress chart. So you are done with your install and configure computer system. Then you are also done with your set up computer networks. Okay. So, as you can see, Mr. Adren, you only have 2 modules left. Okay, so now, Mr. Adren, I am proud and happy to give this certificate of completion for completing the first and second module. Okay? So now I give you let's proceed with your third and last module. So which is set up computer servers and maintain and repair computer system and networks. Okay? So here is your CBLM, and please read the third and fourth module, then answer the subject, then refer your answer or compare your answer in the answer key, and please familiarize the task sheet. Okay, so you can now proceed in our learning resource area. Okay.
Sir?
Okay, so Mr. Chubito, how are you? Okay, so did you answer did you read the first and the second module of yours inside your CBLM? Did you read?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so did you answer the subject?
Okay then. Yes,
Okay, so did you refer your answer in the answer key?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I see the score? So you got 8 out of 10. So very good. So I believe that you are now prepared for your first task for the first module. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so here is your instruction. So given all the materials, Mr. Chubito, you are required to demonstrate on how to install and configure computer system and set up computer networks. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I give you 1 hour to do that, and your time start now.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chubito.
How to install hard disk drive?
Okay, so you don't know how to install the hard disk drive, so just get the hard disk drive, then find the slot here, then connect your SATA port in your hard disk drive, then connect it in your motherboard. Okay, so since you're not yet familiar or you're not yet mastered the first task, so I give you more time to practice, Mr. Chubito. Okay, so I will go back to you after maybe an hour. Okay, so do your practice. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So Mr. Aldrin, so how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. So how is your CBLM? So did you read the third and the fourth module?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did you answer the subject?
Yes.
Then did you compare your answer in your answer key?
Yes, sir. I compared it.
Okay, so can I see the score? So you got 9 out of 10. So very good. So I believe you are now ready for your first task. Okay? Okay. So Mr. Alvin, please come with me. Okay, so here, Mr. Alvin, is your instruction. So given all the materials, you are required to demonstrate on how to set up computer servers and set up or repair and maintain computer systems and networks. Okay? So I give you 1 hour to do that. So you will start now. Alright, so Mr. Aldrin, so based on your demonstration, so you did it well. So I believe you are now ready for your institutional assessment. Okay, so now please proceed now to your institutional assessment area. Okay. Alright, so I give you the instruction. And by the way, you need to take first the written examination. Okay? So it's the same. So you have your written examination, then demonstration, then oral questioning. Okay? So you have your written examination now. So that is also a multiple choice 40 items test. Okay?
Okay,
So
sir.
I give you 40 minutes to answer. Time's up. Okay? Please pass. Alright, so I give you the instruction for your demonstration. So given all the required materials, you are required to demonstrate on how to set up computer servers and how to maintain and repair computer systems and networks. So I give you 2 hours to do your demonstration. Okay? And by the way, please always apply safety while doing your demonstration.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so follow-up questions, Mr. Adren. What do you call the computer software which you configured before installing the OS?
BIOS.
Okay, so very good. So we are done with the institutional assessment. So are you ready with your feedback?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in your written test, you got 37 out of 40. So very good. And in your demonstration, you did it well also. Then you also answered the questions correctly. So based on the evidence that I have here, or I have gathered, I find you, Mr. Aldrin, competence in these competencies. Okay? So congratulations. So come with me and let's update your achievement chart and your program chart. Okay, so you are done with the set up computer servers. Then you're also done with your maintain and repair computer system and networks. Okay, so very good. Alright, so as you can see, Mr. Aldrin, you already finished all the modules and activities here. So with that, congratulations. So you will have your post-test tomorrow. So you are already qualified for your post-test, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now I give you the certificate of completion for the job well done. So you already done all the modules, okay? For today, okay? So you may proceed now in the contextual learning laboratory, okay? Okay, so Mr. Jubito, how are you? So, did you practice already the task?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I believe you are now capable to do the task. So you may start now. So I give you 1 hour to do that in your demonstration.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Mr. Chulito, very good. So you did it well right now, okay? So now I believe that you are now ready to have your institutional assessment. Okay, so let's proceed now in our institutional assessment area. Okay? Okay, so Mr. Chulito, very good. So you did it well.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now I believe that you are now ready to take your institutional assessment. Okay, so let's go now to the institutional assessment area. Okay, so Mr. Chubito, our institutional assessment area is composed of 3. So written examination, demonstration, and oral questioning. So first, take the written examination. So that is only 40 items multiple choice. Okay? So I give you 40 minutes to answer. Okay, time's up. Please pass. Okay, so I give you the instruction for your demonstration, Mr. Chubito. Okay, so given all the materials are required to demonstrate on how to install and configure computer systems and set up computer networks. Okay, so I give you 2 hours to do your demonstration. Okay, and by the way, always apply safety while doing your demonstration, Mr. Chubito. Okay. Alright, Mr. Chubito, follow questions. What operating system did you install in your computer?
Windows 7.
Windows 7.
Windows 7.
Okay, so very good. So with that, we are done with our institutional assessment. Okay? So now, are you ready with your feedback? Are you ready with your feedback? Okay, so based on the evidence that I have here, so in your written examination, you got 31 out of 40. Okay, so very good. Then in your demonstration, you did it well. However, please always apply safety while doing your demonstration. So please next time apply the or use the ESD for you to minimize some damage of your computer while doing the assembly. Okay? You answered it correctly in your oral question. Okay, so very good. So with that, based on the evidence that I have gathered, you, Mr. Chubito, is now competent to these competencies. Okay, so congratulations. Okay, so come with me and let us update your achievement chart and the project chart. Okay, so Mr. Chubito, you are done with your installing and configuring computer systems. And you also done with the set up computer networks. Okay, so today you done the 2 modules. Okay, so as you can see, you have only 2 modules left. Okay, so that is set up computer servers and maintain and repair computer systems and networks. Okay, so with that, I am proud to give this certificate of completion for the for finishing the first and the second competencies and the modules of today. Okay, so you can now proceed in our contextual learning laboratory. Okay. All right. So did you learn from today's activities?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So very good. So now, please all stand up for our closing prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so goodbye and see you tomorrow. Okay, so good morning. Okay, so this is your last day of your training. Okay, so please all stand for our opening prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, so take your seat. Alright, so let's have your attendance. Okay, kindly write your name. Okay, thank you. Alright, so yesterday we have a lot of activities. So as you can see in our achievement chart and progress chart, some of you has already gone with all the modules, and for some of you who are not yet done with your modules, I will assist you until you will become competent in this qualification. Okay, and for those who are already done with all the modules required in this qualification, you may proceed now in our institutional assessment area for the post-test. Okay? Okay, so Mr. Aldrin, since you are now qualified to take the post-test, so I give you the post-test right now. So that is it is just 40 items multiple choice. And I give you 40 minutes to do your post-test, okay? So you will start now. Okay, time's up, please pass. Okay, so give me a few times to check your work, okay?
Okay, sir.
Alright, so Mr. Aldrin, so I have now the result. So from your pre-test, you got 28 out of 40. And in your post-test, you got 39 out of 40. Okay, so congratulations. So it means that you learned a lot from this training. Okay. Now I am very happy to give this certificate of completion. Okay. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so let's proceed to contextual learning laboratory. Okay, so Mr. Aldrin, please answer this evaluation. Okay, so that is an evaluation for our training, for the betterment of our training center and for the betterment or improvement of your trainer. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so please read the statement carefully and answer it honestly. Okay, so you will start now. I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, so time's up. Please pass. Okay, so I have here the certificate of training. So congratulations. So you are now ready to take the National Certificate for Computer System Servicing in situ. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And I also have here the application form. So please fill it up and attach 3 pieces passport size ID and 565 for the assessment fee for computer system servicing in situ. Okay? Alright, so Mr. Jubito, don't worry, I will assist you until you become competent in this qualification. So I will give you now the CBLM, then please read the third and the fourth module here, then answer the self-assessment, then paper you answer in the answer key, and please familiarize the task sheet, okay? So you may proceed now in our learning resource area.